Y'all know what time it is. Sunday Funday school. Lord, Oreo Junior is eager to get this started, so we're gonna just put them on back there in the children's school, in the Oreo Junior part of the school, and we're gonna get started with this AB selection from Scott. You ready, Scott?
Yes, let me wet my whistle.
Wet that whistle.
All right.
You ready? Here we go.
I had some problems and no one could seem to solve them. But Sunday school found the answer and told me to take this chance and learn the way of God. You guys and all that He has to offer. In time you will see that God won't let you down. And all this God is waiting for you. And all the Funday school is waiting for you.
I almost wasn't able to shake the tambourine right because the Holy Spirit was in me.
Okay.
Oh my, it made me feel it. Okay, are y'all ready for the rest of this church service?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, y'all. Here we go. We gotta get this God up in us. Get this God in you. Okay, well, Scott, do you remember what we were on as far as Sunday Funday school last? Well, it wasn't even last week. We missed a little bit.
A while, so I kind of forget where we were.
Ooh.
Something probably.
We on that King David tip. Oh, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Absalom provided a chariot and horse for himself. Okay, period. He got a car. He mobile. And an escort of 50 men. Ooh, where y'all going? He would get up early and go and stand by the road at the city gate. Whenever someone came there with a dispute that he wanted the king to settle, Absalom, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, I apologize if I'm not, but this is King David's son, would call him over and ask him where he was from. Why you need to know that, sir? Anybody else out there wondering what you need to know that for, sir? Anyway. And after the man had told him what tribe he was from, Absalom would say, "Look, the law is on your side, and there is no representative of the king to hear your case." And he would add, "How I wish I were a judge." One call, that's all. Just call 1-800 Ask Gary. Is that not a thing no more? If you looking for somebody to hear your case?
Well, he'll represent you in your case.
That's where the disconnect is. Okay, sorry. Let's get back to this Bible. Then anyone who had a dispute or a claim could come to me, and I would give him justice. When the man would approach Absalom to bow down before him, Absalom would reach out, take hold of him, and kiss him. Mwah! Mwah! Oreo Junior. Mwah! Okay? Absalom did this with every Israelite who came to the king for judgment. And so he won their loyalty. Okay, period. The plot against the king gained strength. He going against his daddy?
I guess so.
These are not good feuds, y'all. Oh, this is. And Absalom followers grew in numbers. A messenger reported to David, "The Israelites are pledging their loyalty to Absalom." So David said to all his officials who were with him in Jerusalem, "We must get away at once if we want to escape from Absalom." Why are you running, sir? Anybody else wondering why he running? Like, why are you running? You the king, sir. Didn't you beat Goliath? When you can't beat Absalom? But let me get back to the word. Stop asking all these questions.
Yeah.
Hurry, or else he will soon be here and defeat us and unalive everyone in the city. Dang. David's army went out into the countryside and fought the Israelites in the Ephraim forest. The Israelites were defeated by David's men. It was a terrible defeat.
Like the Israelites are defeated by David's men?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't know if we again, I don't know if we in the woods. I don't know where we are. Nobody really said anything up in here. This is a children's Bible, so I guess directions don't matter. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Just bear with us. Bear with us. God is going to answer all these questions. God said, don't worry, so don't worry. With 20,000 men unalive that day, the fighting spread over the countryside, and more men unalived in the forest than were unalived in the battle. Oh, Lord. Suddenly, Absalom met some of David's men. Absalom was riding a mule, which is not the car he purchased, sir. You are riding dirty. And as it went under a large oak tree, Absalom's head got caught in the branches. Sir, you don't know how to duck. The mule ran on, and Absalom was left hanging in midair. One of David's men saw him and reported to Joab, "Sir, I saw Absalom hanging in the oak tree." Joab answered, "If you saw him, why don't you unalive him?" Oh, we got a big old pain. Here, let me show y'all what I'm looking for. Oh, I don't know who this is celebrating, but I guess it's David and them saying, we got Absalom up out of here. On the spot. I myself would have given you 10 pieces of silver and a belt.
Maybe it's like the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Like IBF belt.
It could be that, yeah, because I'm wondering. Okay. Or a Gucci belt, whatever. Yeah. But the man answered, even if you gave me 1,000 pieces of silver, I wouldn't lift a finger against the king's son. Sir, the son trying to unalive the daddy. So I mean, like, whose loyalty? It don't matter. We all heard the king's command you and ABISHAI and ITTIA. Sorry, I grew up speaking English. I don't know how to pronounce this, so I'm not gonna butcher it. For my sake, don't harm the young man Absalom. But if I had disobeyed the king and unalived Absalom, and the king would have heard about it, he hears about everything, and you would have never defeated me. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they talked about here. So we just gonna carry on. I'm not going to waste any more time with you, Joab said. He took 3 spears and plunged them into Absalom's chest while he was still alive, hanging in a tree.
All right.
The Bible is becoming a thriller novel.
Yeah.
Joab had the trumpet blown to stop the fighting, and his troops came back from pursuing the Israelites. They took Absalom's body, threw it into a deep pit in the forest, and covered it with a huge pile of stones. All the Israelites fled, each man to his own home. During his lifetime, Absalom had built a monument for himself in King's Valley because he had no son to keep his name alive. So he named it after himself, and to this day, it is known as Absalom's monument. Scott, you want to look that up and see what that looked like? What that look like? Is that really a monument?
I don't know. They say it is.
Then Ahimaaz, son of Zodak, said to Joab, "Let me run the king with the good news that the Lord has saved him from his enemies, his son Absalom." It don't say that. I added that, but you know. "No," Joab said. "Today you will not take any good news. Some other day you may do so, but not today, for the king's son is unalive." Then he said to his Sudanese slave, "Go and tell the king what you have seen." The slave bowed and ran off. Ahimaaz insisted, "I don't care what happens. Please let me take the news also." Why do you want to do it, my son? Joab asked. You will get no reward for it. What y'all think in the comment section? Should he tell him or shouldn't he? I mean, he needs to know his son ain't here no more. Like, what is going on? I don't know where this story is taking us. This is a part I don't remember, and I don't know what we're doing. But just bear with us, because God has a plan.
Yes.
Whatever happens, that dude whose name I cannot pronounce with the A that ends with a Z said again, I want to go. I'm gonna start calling him A to Z. That's his name, A to Z.
Okay.
Then go, Joab said. So A to Z ran off down the road through the Jordan Valley, and soon he passed the slave. He fast as hell. He fast. David was sitting in the space between the inner and outer gates of the city. The watchman went up to the top of the wall and stood on the roof of the gateway. He looked out and saw a man running alone. He called down and told the king, and the king said, if he is alone, he is bringing good news. Maybe it is good, because your son was trying to take your place, so maybe he will be happy. Who knows? The runner kept coming closer. Then the watchman saw another man running along, and he called down to the gatekeeper, look, there's another man coming. The king answered, this one also is bringing good news. Depends on your definition of good, sir. The watchman said, I see that the first man runs like A to Z. He is a good man, the king said. He is bringing good news. A to Z called out a greeting to the king, threw himself down on the ground before him and said, praise the Lord your God, who is giving you victory over the men who rebelled against your majesty. Is the young man Absalom all right? The king asked, like it's not his son. A to Z answered, sir, when your officer Joab sent me, I saw a great commotion, but I couldn't tell what it was. Stand over there, the king told him, and he went over and stood over there. Then the Sudanese slave arrived and said to the king, I have good news, your majesty. Today the Lord has given you victory over those who rebelled against you. Is the young man Absalom, who is my son, but I'm acting like he's not, all right? Asked the king. The slave answered, I wish that was what happened to him would happen to all your enemies, sir, and to all who rebelled against you. The king was overcome with grief. He went up to the room over the gateway and wept. As he went, he cried, oh, my son Absalom, Absalom, my son. If only I had unalived in your place, my son, Absalom, my son. Sir, he wanted to try to make that happen, but, he got caught up in the tree. We're going to stop there because I feel like this is very confusing. I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. So this is crazy. But we almost done with the David story. We getting this Solomon. You know how Solomon was. He was wise, but honey, he liked the women. He liked the ladies. Okay, so with that, we're going to end our Bible session, which was very confusing. I get why sometimes people are like, I ain't reading that Bible, girl. I don't know what's going on, because today I didn't know what was going on. But just in case you guys knew what was going on, because we learn from each other, what stood out in this story to you guys, or what did you learn? Put it in the comment section. Scott, what stood out to you in this story? What did you learn?
I didn't really learn anything because, like you, I was confused about what was going on. But, I guess it wouldn't be the first time I've seen some treachery in the Bible.
No. What stood out to me or what I learned is this. A parent's love is unconditional, because Absalom was trying to take his daddy place. He was out there being passive aggressive, talking about, oh my gosh, I wish I could solve your problem, but ain't nobody who could solve your problem. But if I could solve your problem, I would solve it. And still his father forgave him. still wanted to hear that his son was out there doing well, even though his son was trying to take his place. So a parent's love is unconditional at times. Speaking of, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Indeed. Happy Mother's Day.
Okay. Before we go, we like to have, how can you represent Jesus? We got our little cards here. Scott, did you want to pull one and tell the people out there how you can represent Jesus out there? You ready?
All right. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Only use disposable film cameras for your next toll trip.
Get those disposable cameras and take them on down to Walgreens or your 1 hour photo developing shop and get those pictures developed. It only takes what, a couple of days. Period. Did you have anything else, Scott?
I do not.
Well, with that, guys, we're going to end this here. We'll be back next week with more Sunday Funday School. And we'll be back in 30 minutes with the ending of the interesting thing that happened at Perfect Anchors, Inc. But with that, we're going to bid you guys adieu. Let me grab Oreo Jr. over here. As always, guys, we hope that you guys have a good time hanging with us. And as always, we have a great time hanging with you guys, whether we're confused by the Bible study story or not. If you guys could, make sure you like, share, subscribe, check out some other videos, shorts, lives, all that fun stuff. And from wherever we are, even though we are hanging off a damn tree branch because we decided to take a mule down the road to go, usurp our father, to wherever you guys are, peace, love, and happiness. And we'll see you in about 30 minutes with the interesting thing. Y'all know the book, the interesting thing, the conclusion to the interesting thing that happened at Perfect Acres Inc. See you guys later.